Good morning. It is Monday. Happy Monday. In this video, we're going to go over classes in Python. We're getting into the object-oriented base of Python, which I just honestly learned, and I want to share what I know with everyone else. So, we're going to create just a very simple program that prints out hello world, and let's just jump right into it. So the first thing you want to do is initialize your class. So this will be a very basic concept of just getting a class set up essentially and initializing it and adding a method or a function. So we're going to call this class hello, and it's always good practice to when you create a class that it starts with a capital, so you can kind of keep classes and variables separated. And I can show you what we do with variables here in a second. So the next thing we do is we initialize it. So this is where we get our main variables for our class set up. So in this case, we're going to use message. And this will allow us to put a message when we call our class, and it's not like tied to a certain message. It can be anything, and I can show you what I mean here in a second. So now we have to initialize our variable essentially. So you always start with self dot your name of your variable, and I usually just call it the same thing that my variable is already called, so in this case message, and that's how we initialize. Now we're going to create another function or method. I think it's technically called a method, but people also probably call it a function as well. So I'll just stick with method because in terms of Python, that's what I understand it to be called. So we're going to define we'll just show message, and then we'll for me it automatically puts this self, but you have to put that in every method that you write. So now we're going to we're printing out this right here. So if you want to call your initialized variables, you have to have it so it's self dot message, and that will print out whatever is here. Alright, so now we're gonna actually call our class. And earlier when I was talking about like this isn't anything specific, this won't be like specifically hello world or hello or hi. It'll be anything that we call. So excuse me, to call our class, we do this. We have to start with a variable. So this is our variable, show. Actually, we'll just do this for simplicity. Show message. That might be a little confusing because it's the same thing as our method. So we'll just call this hello world, for example. This is our variable, and we have to tie it to our class. So our class is called hello. Now when we tie it to our class, inside of here, the parentheses, it's whatever you put here. So if you don't put anything in here, it won't run. I'll just show you here real quick. And I'll explain the other stuff. I'm just going to show you right here. This will not run. Watch. It'll give you an error because it's missing an argument. It's missing the message that you're trying to show. So in this case, we'll just do hello world. Right now, once you have your variable set, now we use that variable along with our functions, or sorry, our methods, to do what we need. So in normal cases, there would be a bunch of different methods that do something different, but we just have one. It's just show message. So you use it like this. So you have your variable and you put a period and then whatever method you need to call. So in this case it's show message because that's the only one we have. So when I run this, it will just print out hello world. There you go. Sounds very complicated for what it's doing, but there's a good reason to use classes. So two things before I end the video. First, I'll explain the variables and the method names. So for classes, it starts with a period, or starts with a wow, my brain just farted right now. Starts with a capital. That's what I'm trying to say. It starts with a capital, and then for just methods, lowercase, and I use underscores because it looks nicer. You could also just use dashes if you probably wanted to, but I would say underscores are a good idea. And this, I believe they follow camel K's, so it'd be like hello world if I wanted to do like something else. And then I do the same thing for variables, just lowercase and underscore. It just looks, for me anyway, like it looks nicer. Also, like if this was a real project that I was doing, you know, for a client or something, or I just wanted to like make it open source so other people could do like add to it, then I would have more descriptive classes and variables, because hello kind of sucks as a class name. It should be called like show message would be a better example. And then yeah, so there's that. In our next video, or I guess this will be kind of like a series of videos, I want to go over like object-oriented programming in Python. This is kind of like a start. I'll go over some more complex stuff, and I'd like to I have a small project I built. I might do that and kind of show you guys can follow along and build something with me. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great week, and goodbye.